Volume 2, Part 3, Chapter 19 of Democracy in America is called Why One Finds So Many Ambitious Men in the United States and So Few Great Ambitions. In this chapter, Tocqueville undertakes what is essentially a psychological analysis. While he acknowledges that every revolution enlarges men's ambition, he also points out that democratic equality often imposes a ceiling on ambition. In Chapter 20, on the industry in place hunting in certain democratic nations, in contrast to Europeans, who often seek a public post to expand their influence and reputation, Americans are far more interested in enriching themselves through commerce and industry. In Chapter 21, Why Great Revolutions Will Become Rare, Tocqueville claims democratic men harbor a natural fear of revolutions because these upheavals pose a threat to property ownership. Democracies, in a nutshell, love change but dread revolutions. In Chapter 22, Why Democratic Peoples Naturally Desire Peace and Democratic Armies Naturally Desire War, Tocqueville considers issues of war and peace and offers some detailed comments on the military. In democracy, property ownership, increasing wealth, and the coldness of reason lead people to extinguish the military spirit. A great army in the heart of a democratic people will always be a great peril. In Chapter 23, which is the most warlike and most revolutionary class in democratic armies, Tocqueville discusses non-commissioned officers, who he sees as leading an unenviable existence, separate from civilian life, but not raised to a higher class as commissioned officers are, and as always vehemently in favor of warfare. In Chapter 24, What Makes Democratic Armies Weaker Than Other Armies When Entering into a Campaign and More Formidable When War is Prolonged, Tocqueville's main idea is that toward the end of a lengthy conflict, older officers will be replaced by younger ones. In Chapter 25, on discipline in democratic armies, Tocqueville asserts that discipline in a democratic army is based on reason rather than on instinct, and so it becomes more strict as danger becomes more extreme. And in Chapter 26, Some Considerations on War in Democratic Societies, Tocqueville offers intriguing speculations about civil war a little more than 20 years before the outbreak of the actual American Civil War.